Alright, hello everyone, this is Shu-Yan. Today I'm gonna talk about why and how women mature psychologically faster than men. And there are three objectives. The first one is about girls tend to optimize brain connections earlier than boys. And the second one is about the structure of the male and the female brains different. And the last one is about the social responsibilities of women make them mature earlier. Alright, the first one we can say that you can say female brain establishes connections and pronounces itself faster than the male brain. The lab in Newcastle University in 2013 examined structure connectively based on diffusion tensor imaging in 121 participants between 4 and 40 years of age. In the DIT data were analyzed for small word pyramid modality and the number with fiber tracks at the level of streamlines. And the findings shows that streamline loss occurred earlier in females in males. So this is a color image illustrating the brain connection for one of the 121 subjects. And when we birth, men and men have about the same number of brain fibers, and these fibers create a network that help us to learn and develop. But as we get older, the brain finds a fast way to communicate message from one region to another. When the amount of fibers gets streamlined, they're relying more focused information directly to the region of the brain they need to target. So the maturity in this brain of bachelor beholder, but because female brains get prone faster than males ones, so it takes a little longer to show up in men. And the second one is about the structure of the male and the female brain is different. The women's brain has more neural connectors from the limbic brain to the prefrontal cortex. That's what we say like the thinking brain. And the thinking brain control our impulses, experiences, learn and create emotions. But the men tend to show a delayed start from the pronounced the development in white matter and gray matter. The hippocampus may grow earlier in girls than in boys, consistent with the pattern seen in other brain regions. And there's another source shows that the brain networks develop differently in males and females at the puberty. And they found that boys showing an increase in connectivity in certain brain areas. However, girls shows a decrease in connectivity as puberty progress. The researchers analysis the brain scan of the girls and the boys, and the research took image of the brain activity while the adolescents volunteers were lying still on MRI scanner. And these images were collected for the age and then analysis in a way that measure how strongly brain regions communicate with one another. The last one is about the social responsibility of women. In humans and most other mammals, females are generally thought to be more sensitive to social cues and stress. For example, like feeling of rejection, in having offspring, in assuming primary responsibility for care of young children. Women also have their coordination skills need to promote cognitive and the social development in newborns. Women in historical enjoyed little power and say they need to prove themselves in all classes. And this so for the process in human brain, women tend to be ahead of curve in terms of maturity, and the brains of females are further along in the reorganization process in at least a few years. And this is the evaluation of the evidence. For the source 1, it shows the DTI measurement and it allows data to be measured in a short period. But for the weakness, the age distribution of subjects was uneven. Subjects between the age 4 and 40 may not be the best choice for detecting significant change. For SARS-2, we can see that it is straightforward to detect the differences in brain structure between men and women, but the functional localization of each individual varies widely, and neural populations may support more than one function. For SARS-3, it uses the longitudinal data. It can use to compare changes in brain volume during adolescence in men and women, but the small size not representative for the test. In conclusion, women mature faster than men psychologically can be explained by the biological structure of a male and a female brain and the developmental stage of puberty, and also the social responsibility of women. But a person's maturity may also be affected by culture, educational philosophy, upbringing, customs, habits, and it should be considered in all aspects. This is my reference slide. Thank you for listening.